Happy Wednesday. Welcome to my Scrap Your Stash. My name is Pam Morin. I am a Creative Memories Advisor, and I'm so happy to be here with you every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock Eastern to make a fun project together and spend some time in our scrapbooking space. It's always a great way for me to relax and take some time for myself every week. So I'm happy that you're here with me and we can enjoy this time together. So let's get started because I am so excited to start working on our project tonight. Just a couple things I wanted to remind you of. We did have a launch this week. We have new products out. We have a new advisor join gift as well. So take a look at my website for all of the exciting details about the new products and the new advisor join gift. The Hit the Road collection is one of the collections that came out this week. And when you go out to my website, just click on that first menu item at the top that says new, and you will see all of the newest products under that menu item. And Hit the Road is a great collection for all of those road trips and traveling that you're going to be doing in the spring and summer and fall and winter, all year long. This collection is great for all of those fun times with families and friends. And you can see it has a wonderful border punch with the little station wagon and the trees. And then it has three mini punches that are road signs. And I'll tell you what, the ladies, if you go out to the Virtual Crop Facebook group, those ladies out there are so creative because they can turn those little punches into so many different things, so many different objects. So they are very versatile punches, and I just can't wait to use that one with the station wagon because we definitely had some station wagon vacations when I was growing up. So the Buy It All bundle, remember, is 10% off for the first 2 weeks when a collection first comes out. So you get all of this that you see here at 10% off. So go check that out on my website. Another great product that came out this week are these 3 albums. Again, great for all of your travels. There's an Americana album that says United States of America across the front. There's an Australia album and a Canada album. Those are our 3 markets that Creative Memories are in. And gosh, I would just love to buy that Australia album because then it gives me a reason to say, hey, honey, let's go to Australia. I have to go. I have the album. I've got to get pictures to put in this album. I mean, how cool is that? So check out those 3 albums. Oh, and you get a extra large layered frame embellishment free when you order any of those albums. And those frames are so cute. I love our laser layered frames. They're so great for highlighting pictures. And then last but not least, there are 4 border punches that are back by popular demand. And I love it when we do this. I love it when we bring popular items back. Because maybe you missed it the first time and now you have another chance to get this. I feel like we're Walt Disney and we're bringing the VHS tapes out of the vault and giving you a limited time to grab those cherished punches while you can. So it's Grassfield, Comfortable Camper, Cityscape, and Wheatfield. Those are the 4 that came back because they were so popular the first time they came out. And then there's also a bunch of border punches that are discounted right now. So check that out as well. Some of them are half off. And we're going to make a layout with those tonight. But first, let's talk about the events that I have coming up. This Friday, April the 11th, is a Friday night virtual crop, and I'm so excited because it's also the Creative Memories virtual crop. So that means we have 4 sketches that we're going to be making together. It's been a while since we've been together on the weekend of the Creative Memories Virtual Crop. So I'm really excited to make some sketches with you guys. That is from 6:30 to 10 Eastern on my Zoom channel. It is totally free. And if you need that link, please just email me and I will get that to you so that you can join us on Friday night. Here is my email address down here at the bottom, pammorin@outlook.com. Just email me and I will send you that registration link. I have you guys register because it keeps it a little more secure, having a registration, because once you register, then Zoom will email you the meeting link. So it keeps it a little more secure, so that we can control who is joining the Zoom. All right. And then after that, I have an all-day virtual crop. Mark your calendars. In August, we are going to be virtual cropping from 10 to 6 on August the 2nd. I can't wait. These are always such a blast. And I try and bring in some fun demonstrators to show us, teach us so we can learn from each other. Who knows? I may reach out to one of you to be a demonstrator for me. So mark your calendars because those are always lots of fun. And then later, much later in the year is the New Year's Eve virtual crops. So these are all of my virtual events. Let's take a look at my weekend crops. Oh, my in-person events, sorry. My next in-person event is June the 7th. I'm having a 12-hour crop at the Manor in Xenia, Ohio from 10 to 10. Please RSVP to me. It is limited to 10 people. So the first 10 people that let me know they want to attend, I will get your name down on that list. It's just $25 for the day, and it's a beautiful home, very comfortable, that we can relax and have a fun scrapping all day. All right, so that is my next in-person event. And then last but not least, my weekend retreats. Just a couple weeks ago, we had my March weekend retreat, and we had such a great time. Thank you, ladies, for attending. It was so great to catch up with you. And for those of you who were attending for the first time, it was so great to meet you guys. That's my favorite part about retreats, is watching everybody make new friends, watching everybody reconnect with scrapbooking friends. It's just such a fabulous time. I just love it. So thank you all for making that a wonderful weekend. My next one is September. That is at the Golden Eagle. And then December at the Western Buckeye. And registration is open for both of those, the September and the December. So let me know if you are interested in attending. I would love for you guys to come retreat with us. All right. Well, I'm going to jump on over to the chat because I see some people jumping on and saying hi. Hey, Jenny, thanks for watching. And Gail and Jean from Chile, Connecticut. I know, Jean, I'm so ready for spring. We had snow here the other day when we got up, and I have no words. I can't even talk about it. It's just awful. I'm just so ready for warm weather. Now, I'm not ready for summer. I just want warmer weather. I like that slow progression into summer. I like that springtime where I've got 70 degrees and I can open my windows and air out the house and just have that fresh air coming in the house. I love that. I'm ready. Hey, Bev, thanks for saying hi. And Christina. Oh, I will send you that link, Christina. You have joined before. So if you did not, I'm talking about my Friday night virtual crop. So if you did not save the Zoom meeting link, then yes, you'll need to register again, and I can send you that registration link. But once you register and Zoom emails you the meeting link, if you just want to save that meeting link somewhere, because we use the same one for all of my Friday night virtual crops and for the all-day virtual crops, we use that same meeting link. So just hold on to that. But I will send that over to you, Christina. Yeah, I know. Too far for you to attend the retreats. I know. But I'm so glad that we have the virtual retreats, and that way, or the virtual crops, because that way we get to meet people from all over the US and Australia and just everywhere. It's so great. Hey, Rita from Florida, thanks for watching. And hey, Subi, nice to see you. All right, well, let's get started. I'm going to flip over to my table. Thanks, everybody, for saying hi. It's so great to hear. It's so great to see you and see where everybody is joining from. That's always fun. Oh, it's 36 there in New Jersey. Yeah, it's probably about that here, too. Yeah, I'm ready for that to at least double that number. So that we have some nice warm spring weather. And so are my daffodils. They want some sun and warm weather too. Okay, so I mentioned that we have brought back 4 punches that were the best-selling punches in previous years. And that was the Wheatfield, the Comfortable Camper, Grassland, and Snow-Capped Mountain. Let me make sure I called that right. Yeah. So it's these 4 that are back for a limited time that you can get out on my website. And then, and also Cityscape. Is it 4 or 5? No, now I have to go check. Maybe Cityscape was, maybe I imagined that. Let me see. 4 punches. Yeah, Cityscape. It's these 4. Wheatfield, Grassland, Camper. Oh, not Snow-Capped Mountains. Okay, these 4. These are the 4 that are back for a limited time. And I don't remember what the date is that they are here until, I would say, at least 2 weeks that they would have these out and available. So probably a week from this Friday, they will be available unless they sell out. So it is while supplies last. And then I mentioned that we have several border punches that are half off right now as well. And one of those is the flag banner, which is this one. This one right now is, I'm just checking my website. I want to give you guys the right amount. Flag banner, where are you? Flag banner. I think it's $14.25. $14.50. This one is $14.50, and the Snow-Capped Mountains is $14.50. So both of these are half off right now. And then I have the circle punch here because I used that as well to make the layout. So, so take a look out there for the half off specials, and then the ones that have been brought back for a limited time. You don't want to miss out on these great deals. And they marked down some punches because they coordinate with the Hit the Road collection that came out this week. So just check that out. They're all listed under new. The punches that coordinate with the Hit the Road collection are listed in the new section. Like I talked about earlier, just click on that very first link, menu item on my website, new, and you'll see all of these punches that have been brought back, and then also the ones that are half off. Okay, so let's get started. So I grabbed my ABC 123 stickers because we're going to do a fun little title with those. And then I just laid this here so that you guys can see. Now, right now, this is not available. They sold out of the sticker mates, but keep your eye out because I'm really hoping, and I'm probably going to put a suggestion into Creative Memories that they bring these back for a limited time. If they do another sticker buffet, which is when they sold these great sticker mates, I'm hoping that they have this as part of that buffet, a buffet again this year, because these things expand so much and you can hold so many stickers. And I have just found that it is so great for taking to crops. It's so easy to have tons of stickers in here and you just have one container, you know, one little thing to pack that has all of your stickers in it. You know, it's not that thick, but it holds so much. So check that out. I will let you guys know if that comes back in, because it's just a great way to organize your stickers. All right. I'm so excited. All right. So I already did some pre-work. So let's take a look at these borders. Let's do that first, because I was having so much fun mixing and matching these and layering these together. So let's start with the happy camper. I mean, it is really happy. Look how happy that looks. So fun. And I punched it out on a piece of hot fudge cardstock. And I just had this piece of this size in my scraps. So I wanted to use that up because that's what we do tonight is we scrap our stash. So we're using up what we have. And I just love, so this is the type of border that punches on the edge of your paper, right? And if you want, you can trim that off and, you know, have a thinner border. But I decided tonight I was going to leave the ones that are on the edge. So I'm going to leave this on here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some dark green cardstock and I'm just going to take my border punch because I want to make my trees green. So I'm just going to punch out some trees. And so I don't need to worry about what size or anything because I just need this green for my trees. And I'm going to throw the rest of the border away. So I'm just going to punch out 4. Let's see, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5. All right, so I've made my first cut, my first punch, and I'm just going to slide it through and match up what I just punched with the tray. Punch again. So there we go. We've got 2 sets of trees. Let's see if I can get a third on here. I don't know if it'll be too wide. Oh, well, I've got enough for that half. So I can use that. Get my bits off the table here. I'm just going to grab my scissors. I love our precision scissors because they are very precise, and I can cut out these little guys easily off this border. They are attached to my camper, so I'll have to make a couple more cuts. Cut a little bit extra here just so I can make the shape of the tree. And here's good. Okay, so here's one set of trees. And then let me just cut the extras off here. There we go. Try and get that the same kind of shape as the other branches. With a little curve and a little curve. All right. And then we're just going to use our repositionable, and we're going to adhere this little guy onto our border. And we'll do that for all the trees so that we have a little bit of color there. Right? Turn all of our trees green. And then we're going to use, I actually have a blue background that I'm going to use for this border. And I'm going to place it probably a little bit. I want to put my title down here. So I'm going to place it a couple inches down from the top and leave a little bit of blue at the bottom. And then I'm going to put my pictures here on the brown. So I don't need to cut any photo mats. I'm going to place all my pictures on the brown piece. And yes, you guessed it, I'm going to use our photo tape to adhere this down. I like to use the photo tape for these bigger pieces. I also like to use it for cardstock. It's a nice strong tape. And you can place this wherever you like on your cardstock, like so. You could cut 2 strips and put them at the top and the bottom and save this piece right here. But tonight, I'm just going to go for it and use the whole piece. So I'm just going to peel back a little piece of this backing off the photo tape, and I'm going to get my brown lined up on my blue. And then we can take the other piece off. There we go. So cute. Okay. So now I also did a fun thing with some circles, and that's where the circle punch comes in. I used my circle punch and made some fun clouds to put behind my campers. So a different color blue, a lighter blue. You could use white, a lighter blue, and there's some fun clouds. Oh my gosh, isn't that great? So like I said, all I did was punched out some circles. I'm going to use this piece of scrap that I have laying here. This is another color we're going to use tonight. Punched out some circles, like so. I don't think I'm going to get a full circle here with this little bit. We'll just get a little circle. All right. I used my silicone mat because it is 12 inches. Okay. And so I wanted my clouds to be 12 inches. So I laid out my silicone mat. And then I took my circles and I just used one of the lines on the mat to keep a straight line for me, and started here at my 1 inch on top of this line. And then I laid my circles next to each other and overlapped them all the way down till the 12-inch mark. And then I used my repositionable and lifted each one up and put a little bit of repositionable on the very edge of the circle and then overlapped them. And that's how I got this fun cloud border to put behind the campers. It was a lot of fun to make. And I just thought it would give, some variety of color to the layout. Okay. So I'm gonna wait to adhere that because I want to show this with a couple of the other borders that I've punched out. And then what I'll do is I will cut out a small piece, probably of black. I'm not sure what color I'm going to use yet for the door. So there's a solid color behind the door and maybe the window too. I don't know if I'll use just one color. Oop. So here's my bits and pieces of black. I'll just show you what I mean. So let me see if I can find a small little piece. This is the best way to store your bits and pieces because it makes it so easy to sort them by color and find little pieces that you need that you've saved. And I'll just cut this out real quick by hand. I'll just cut a little square. Probably need to trim this, but I'll put it, I'll adhere it to the back of my camper so that you have that color there in the door. And obviously you could use whatever color you want. If you want to add some fun color to it and have some bright colors to it, that would be cute too. I'm going to hold this close up so you can see how that looks behind that camper. And then I'll have to trim, because I did get a little wider than 12 inches, so I will have to trim my clouds here on the end because they are hanging off. But I just loved how that looked. All right, so that is border number 1, layout number 1 for the comfortable camper. Okay, that's the one that is being sold for a limited time. And it was brought out in 2023. So I'm going to set this aside for a minute. So there is one layout, right? All right. We'll go back and do the title with our ABC 1, 2, 3 stickers here in just a little bit. I want to get through all of the borders. All right, let's talk next about a border that is half off right now, and that is the snow-capped mountains. I punched this, and this is another one that punches right across the edge of your paper. And again, you can trim that off so that you can have a thinner, not so wide border, but I'm, again, going to leave this on the edge of my paper, and I'm going to put pictures down here. Now, I was debating on this one because this is called snow-capped mountains, and that's why you have these openings here is for your snow. So look how great that looks with the white behind it. You get that fun snow effect on the side of your mountain, right? But then I thought, well, maybe what I'll do is I'll use a strip of white, and I'll put the strip of white behind the mountains. But I want to use maybe a blue color behind this so that the sky is blue, but then add some white here. So what I'm going to do actually is I am going to trim this one. I'm not going to use this whole piece for behind my mountains for the sky. I'm going to trim, let's do, what do you say, like an inch. Let's just make sure how wide our mountains are. Yeah. So I think an inch is going to do it. So let me just trim an inch off of my blue. And remember, when you're trimming the smaller pieces that are an inch up to an inch, let's see, that's an inch and a half. So that's an inch and, yeah, there's a quarter of an inch, inch and a half, and 3/4. Yeah, an inch, quarter of an inch, inch and a half, 3/4. So you have an inch and 3/4 on this side of your trimmer. Let me hold that up so you can see what I'm talking about. See those measurements on the right side of the arm? An inch, inch and a half, inch and 3/4. Okay. So when you are making a small cut like that, I suggest using this side, the right side, instead of trying to use the left side and putting your paper in this way. You notice that only a small portion of my paper is up against the ledge. So there's more chance of my paper moving while I'm cutting. Instead, bring your paper through the left side and measure over here. So I want an inch. So here is an inch. And then you see how much of my paper is up against the ledge. So it's not going to shift. And then always push toward the ledge when you're cutting. My paper is at the up against the top ledge. I'm going to cut my paper by going up so that I'm pushing my paper toward that ledge. Just another way to try and keep your paper from shifting. All right, there we go. Cuts like butter. All right. So grab my mountains again. I tell you, all of these songs just keep going through my mind. Mountains, I'm just thinking about through the mountains, through the prairies, through the hillsides. All of these fun patriotic songs are going through my mind as I was making these layouts. All right, so I'm going to grab my 13-inch cutting mat. because I want to make sure that I get this strip of paper in the right place so that my layout is 12 inches. So I'm going to use my mat to help me measure my 12 inches. So here is my 1-inch strip that I just cut. Here is my, oh, and this is navy that I used. And it was a 12 by 12 piece of navy. It was a full piece of navy. Okay, so I just need to make sure that this is where I adhere my blue strip to my navy cardstock. Okay, because that equals my 12-inch for my layout. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use my repositionable. I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to put my repositionable on the back of my mountains. I just think that's going to be easier to adhere this down. I use a lot. All right. You don't have to use a lot. I like to use a lot. So now I'm going to just line this up again on my 12 or my 13-inch cutting mat and lay that down on my 1-inch strip. And 1 inch is good. It is covering up. Well, I take that back. I do have these bottom pieces that I can see it did not reach. So I think 1.5 inches would have been better. But that's okay. I will just cut a couple small little pieces to reach underneath there. All right. So now what I was going to do with my mountains, to get that white capped mountains, I was going to grab a white shimmer pen. Make sure it's on there. I haven't used this one in a while, so I think I'm going to need to squeeze it, get it flowing. I just loved when they came out with these. You know how it's just fun to use something different. Oh, there it comes. Okay. There we go. And that's okay. I'll just use, I got a big glob, but that's okay. I'll just spread it around. And I can use a paper towel and wipe up any excess. But something different, right? Something new and fun, a new fun tool, a new fun way to decorate, to be creative. And shoot, if I don't stay in the lines, that's okay. It's snow. Snow doesn't stay in the lines. And you just need to let this sit and dry. Don't put it in your scrapbook underneath a page protector till it's nice and dry. I usually just leave it out for 24 hours. This is fun. It's coloring. I love to color. And the brushes are fun to use. It's like you're painting. You're coloring and you're painting. See, I'm just going over and grabbing some of that excess and moving it over here. No worries. You can get a scrap piece of paper and squeeze it out if you haven't used it for a while. And I store mine flat. No, wait a minute. They say to store them with the brush up. So I have one of the Stampin' Storage marker holders, and it's on an angle. So it is storing it up. Oh, this is fun. Now, if you don't want or don't have a shimmer pen, then cut the small pieces of the white and just slide them underneath there before you put your layout on the blue. Before you put that 1 inch strip, put the white behind each of these mountain snow caps. It's lots of fun. And, you know, it's snow, so it's going to be all over the place, right? Okay, there we go. So we have some fun snow-capped mountains. Let me hold that up. There we go. And we're going to cut some white I'm going to grab my pre-made white mats, photo mats. These are 6x4 and 4x6. So pretty on this blue. I have this white. Maybe we have a couple landscape and a couple portrait on our mountain layout, like so. Okay, so I'm kind of getting these all to the same place of being done, and then we're going to go back. So stick with me. We're just getting them to a certain point, and then we're going to go back and add to them. All right. So we did the snow-capped mountains. Let's get that one out of the way. We did the comfortable camper. Now let's do the wheat field and the grass. So this is what they look like when you punch them out. I did trim this one off. So this is grass. This is grassland. Yes, grassland. And this is wheat field. And I used a dark green for grassland, and I used autumn hay shimmer for the wheat field. Look how pretty that is. Now, just these two, fun. Look at that, layering these two together, the wheat and the grass. I love it. And then the other one, the one that was half off, another one that is half off, is the cityscape. So that's what you see here are the grassland and wheat field, and then cityscape. And again, this one punches on the edge of the paper as well. And this one, I just used a small piece. I had just this big a piece of black, so I was able to use that up. One thing, though, that I had to do, because the paper, it was a narrow strip. Let me see if I can find another one. If not, I can trim one off. So let me grab this one. So here's another piece of black cardstock. And you know, when you're using your border punches, you have, well, this is an older one, so it doesn't even have the line on the front. So newer border punches, you have the black line, two black lines on the front. You see those two black lines on the front? One here and here, one on the left, one on the right. Older border punches did not have those. The lines are down in here, so you have to look down in the punch to see the black lines. They're actually down in here. So that was one of the improvements that they made for us, is to put those black lines on the front, so when we're lining up our paper, we can see where to line it up. So let me just move these out of the way and show you what I'm talking about. So there is a black line right here, and that's the one I'm going to use to line up my paper to make my first punch. And this piece of paper is wide enough so I can see it sticking out. But when I used this piece, it was not as wide. It was only about, what, 1.5 inches, 2 inches wide. So when I put this piece in to punch, it was not sticking out. I couldn't see it. So a little trick, always have Post-it notes handy. Take your Post-it note, line it up at the edge of your paper, and then when you put it in, you can line up that Post-it note with that black line to make your first punch. So you can still use up your strips of paper. Now, they do have to be wide enough for the punch object to punch out. So you want to make it wide enough so your city has room to punch out. So like I said, it's 1.5 inches to 2 inches. But you can use up those strips of paper that are just 2 inches and aren't sticking out the edge of the punch by putting a Post-it note on the end and then punching, so that you can line it up and get your first punch. So just a little trick there. Post-it notes come in handy for so many reasons for scrapbooking. All right. So now we've seen the cityscape and the grass and the wheat field, which if you put all three of those together, how fun is that to have a city? Let me grab my white cardstock. So this is kind of a city mouse or country mouse type of layout. That this is what this reminds me of, because we have the city in the background and then we have some wheat fields and grass in the foreground. And I definitely would use some foam squares underneath your grass to give it that 3D effect, to lift it up. And how fun is that? And this black against this white just looks really nice. All right, how cool. So pretty. All right, so 3 different layouts that we made tonight with the punches that have been brought back and marked down. One more set of circles that I made, and I did this one in the dual tone orange. If you have not seen our dual tone cardstock, check it out. I love it. It has a bright hue on one side and a darker hue of that color on the other side. And I love this color on the orange dual tone, and I can't remember what they call it. Let me see if I can find it on my website really quick. But I love this color of orange. I don't know if they say on the website what color is on the front and the back, but let me just check. It does not. Shoot, I wanted to tell you what color it was, but it just says dual tone orange, white core cardstock. And it is for just a limited time. It is not part of the product line that's going to be available all year. It'll be available until they sell out. So check that out, because it is such a pretty color. Both of them, a bright orange on one side, which would be great for a sun. You know, I thought about it for the campers. You know, like the sun is setting. So pretty. Sunset or sunrise at the campground. I love that. That looks so great. And then how about sunrise or sunset behind the city? So you have a darker orange, or you could use the bright orange. Which looks great too. Just that black contrast against that orange just looks really pretty. I'm going to hold this up so you can see that real well. So fun. I love that effect. All right. So 3 different layouts now with these punches, layering the borders, using them right on the edge of your paper, using this part for your pictures and maybe adding some photo mats behind your pictures, or not. You can just put your pictures right on the blue and right on the brown. So you may be thinking, okay, but you forgot one of the punches. So the last punch that I want to show you is the flag banner punch. And I punched this one out in the red, cranberry red. I just love the way that looks. And then I used an old Creative Memories punch that's a little heart. I thought I had it sitting here. I do. It's so dusty. It's been sitting for a while. But I just needed a little size, and I thought, well, maybe that little heart will work. I was looking for a circle maybe to put behind it, but I don't have a circle that little, punch that little. So I used the heart, and then I thought, well, gosh, that looks cool on that side. Just putting the heart, the small one, it's the 3/4 of an inch heart, using that heart and putting it on the back to give me the white on the front. I liked the back too. So you could make a banner, use this for a banner, and just turn it over and put a small die cuts all the way down the banner. And it just so happened that, I used one of the cover pages for the paper packs, and it had some pretty colors on it. So, sorry, trying to get it to the focus there. So that even looked cute. Just using this for a different kind of banner. It doesn't have to be a patriotic banner. It can be something else on the back. So I just love it when stuff like that happens. And I love it when I can pull out an old tool and use it. So I used the hearts with the white, and I just love the way that looks. It just really brings that out, to have that white behind the open spaces just really gives it a pop. And I mean, you could use blue. You could alternate, and put blue behind the banner here and then white behind the star. I mean, I think any of those combinations would look really pretty. Punch it out in the navy blue and then put red behind it. That would look awesome as well. Okay. So then I was playing around with this one and thought, well, how fun to have Mountain's Majesty with the flag banner. I keep forgetting what that is. Yes, flag banner punch. How fun is that for 4th of July or, parades or whatever patriotic events that you have coming up? How fun is it to layer that on top? And of course, I would put that on foam squares and bring that up like so. Even, it's underneath here. Even the wheat field. Add the wheat field in front of your Mountain's Majesty. And put your flag banner punch right there on the wheat field. There we go. Now we have another layer, another color hue in there with the flag banner punch. Or if it's not a patriotic layout, just have the wheat field. And then this is where your ABC 1, 2, 3 stickers come in. I pulled out my small size. I'm not sure which ones colors are still available in this size. This was a size that we had as part of a sticker buffet last year. And like I said, it was a sticker buffet that you could also purchase, or you got this for free. I can't remember what the deal was, but I'm really hoping that they do that same buffet again this year. But I love using these tiny little guys for some fun titles and just maybe some fun sayings, or to put somebody's name next to their picture, or what they're doing, or the date of the picture, that kind of stuff. So check out the small mini, I think is what they're called. Let me double check because I have them labeled here. Yeah, they're called the mini 1, 2, 3 ABC stickers. So how cute would that be here on my wheat field? Or if I don't want the wheat field, I've got the grass. Or we did the grass and the wheat field and the banner. How fun is that? With all of those wonderful colors for a beautiful border on your layout. All right. So then I'm going to go back to my camping. And did we like the orange? I'm sorry, I guess it's the orange. The orange behind the camper. Oh, I just love the way that looks. It gives it kind of a Western look. to me. Just the colors that we used, the hot fudge and whatever this one is. I wish I could remember. Or we have the light blue. I'm going to grab this piece of black here that I had just laid there for the door. Slide this light blue back here. Doesn't that look so nice? And then, okay, so maybe do we want to use the grass? Have a little bit of grass here. And probably for this one, I would cut this one very narrow directly under the grass because I don't know that I'd want this thick of grass here. But then you also have the banner. Maybe you're celebrating, maybe you're going camping for 4th of July weekend. How fun are those colors? Oh my gosh, I just love it. All right, and then I think that was it. So yes, that was it. So let me put my fun little title across the bottom here so you guys can see the mini ABC 123 stickers. I've got white, I've got craft, I've got navy, and I've got brown. I don't want the brown. We've got enough brown on the page. And navy, not any navy on the page. So I think I want the craft. And, you know, maybe I will do, I just had another idea. Maybe I will do different colors all across the bottom. I like to use my multi-purpose tool and put this up here. I'm going to do it right along the edge of this. Well, actually, maybe I'll center it. I dropped it too soon here. So what if all along the bottom of our layout, we have a cute little saying. Oh, trying to punch that little part of the A out. It keeps coming back. Okay, it's not cooperating. There we go. I think maybe I will scatter them so they're not all lined up. But we're going to spell out Happy Camper. And what if we did do a couple colors here? What if we did the navy after we do the craft? Well, these inside of the letters are wanting to stay inside the letters. There we go. I was making these layouts and then I went upstairs when I was done and I looked down and I had the letter N stuck to the front of my shirt. Always. They just like to travel with you. We just really get into our work, don't we? All right, so there we go. We've got happy. I'm just going to do the next word in navy. You guys give me so many good ideas. Just inspire me to be here with you tonight. And okay, I had the C. See, did you see that jump out of my hand? Maybe I should have done the happy in white, and then I would have had, if this was patriotic, I would have had red, white, and blue. See? All the ideas, all the fun ways. To make these layouts. Oh, they like to hop around, don't they? I like to use the multi-purpose tool because then I can kind of move it around and see where I want to place it. And then it's not stuck to my finger, and then you try and get it off your finger. Sometimes that doesn't work out well. So using a multi-purpose tool seems to help with those. There we go. One more letter. Okay, fun. Oh, I love it. You guys, so much fun. All right, let me jump back over here. I want to see if you guys had any questions or comments. Let's see where I left off. Christina was saying, so smart with the mat, the 13-inch mat, I think is what she's talking about. I always struggle with the size. I'm so glad I'm not the only one who saves all my card bits. Oh, yes, I save all of my bits. Hey, Angela, thanks for watching. And Dolores, hello. I like the cityscape. I know. I haven't used it in a while. And when I punched it out, I thought, oh, how cute. I forgot how cute this punch is. I do love the cityscape. And if you are planning a trip to Toronto, it definitely is great for that because it's got this, or Seattle, it's got this, what do you call this? You guys tell me. This building here with the little point at the top. So that looks like the building to me that looks like Seattle or Toronto. But you could always, if you don't want that in there, you could always trim that one out if that doesn't go with the city that you are making the layout for. But yeah, I just love putting these together. It was so fun playing around with these and having all those great colors. I just love them. All right, so that is my happy camper, and then I'll take that all the way across. Happy camper, happy camper, happy camper. And hopefully I can fit probably 3 of them. So that'll be good. And maybe I'll do happy campers because normally it's a family camping trip. So I just loved it. I just loved punching them out. And when I was deciding on colors, I tried to pick colors that were all coordinating so that when I made these, I could mix and match between, when I'm deciding which ones I want to put together. So I tried to use all the coordinating colors so that they all would look good together. Awesome. Oh my gosh, this was so fun. Thank you guys for being here. Let's see, let me finish here. Hey, Janice. Papaya. Jenny. Oh my gosh, thank you, Jenny. I finished my pack of dual tone orange and threw it away, so I didn't have the cover page. This is called Papaya on this side, and it is just beautiful. It's an earthy kind of tone to it. So check that out. It's the dual tone orange cardstock. And I love the fact that when I take it to a crop, I have 2 different colors in one piece, right? Because you're always struggling with how much stuff to take to a retreat. And if you can save it in any way, that's one way that you can save is you have 2 different colors there in that one piece. Thank you for getting that color for me. Awesome. Papaya is the lighter orange side and sweet potato. Oh, sorry. This is sweet potato. I had it wrong. Sweet potato. I should remember that because that's one of my favorite foods. Sweet potato on this side. This is papaya. Thanks, Jenny. So yeah, you get those 2 fun colors in one piece of cardstock, and the inside is a white. So if you do any kind of, if you like to tear, you'll have that white core cardstock, and it's going to look really pretty against those colors. Bev Larson, thank you so much. Great idea. Thank you. Rita said, awesome. Thanks, Rita. The color you used was sweet potato. Thanks, Jenny. Oh, she said, there we go. Thank you for helping me with those. Always need help with the words and the colors. Okay, well, this was so much fun. And look, we finished. We got 3 layouts done just with those punches. Just by punching on the edge of your paper, you have a beautiful border on the edge of your paper, and you have a completed layout. So we got 3 layouts done tonight. I love that. And then I'm going to do the same, with the other 2, like I'm doing here. I'm going to have some kind of a title here. Probably going to have to punch some more of these out for my mountains, and then have my cityscape with my wheat field and my sweet potato sunset behind it. Oh, so much fun. Okay, so don't forget this Friday night, we're going to be together on Zoom for the Friday night virtual crop. We're going to make sketches together. I can't wait. We always have so much fun. And so mark your calendars for this Friday. And then, remember September and December for my retreats. If you're looking for retreats this year and getting your calendar filled up, put those down. I would love for you guys to join me and come meet all of the ladies that I have such a blast hanging out with. All right, you guys, you have a great rest of your week and weekend, and I will see you here next Wednesday. Good night.